We're here at the Savas Center in St. Louis, Missouri. Welcome to yet another chapter in this Western Conference semifinal. I'm Jim Houston. With me here is Craig Simpson. Coming up, game number 5 between the St. Louis Blues and the Detroit Red Wings. St. Louis needs to take advantage of the home crowd and put this series away tonight.
Well, the important thing is to bridle some of that early emotion and play steady hockey.
They can't afford to get into penalty trouble.
Absolutely not. A quick power play goal will take this crowd right out of it.
And here's a look at tonight's referee.
He's got 4 years of experience and calls a pretty good game. He'll let a little bit more obstruction go, but he really cracks down on any careless use of the stick.
The faceoff goes to Detroit.
How about that deep? He really hung him out to dry.
He gets worked over by Jackman. Moved up. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. White takes it behind the net. Drake shoots! Brings it out. Coast to coast! He gets out-muscled by Tkachuk. Moved across, brings it out. In over the line. Knocked him off the puck. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Short pass, stolen by Pronger. Over the line. He gets pushed by Yzerman. In front. Legacy freezes the puck. The players are lined up and ready for the faceoff. Yzerman won the draw. Shove, brings it out. In over the line. Delayed penalty call for St. Louis. McInnes is going to the box for hooking. Detroit is about to go to work on its first power play of the game. Let's see if they can cash in.
You want to establish a good power play early, even if you don't score. Builds confidence and keeps momentum going.
Out of their defensive end, into the attacking zone. Shove. Shanahan, Lalime gets a pad on it. Gigantic save.
Jim, I think he's stunned. He made a perfect shot and can't believe that the goalie stopped it.
The ref is ready to drop the puck. Detroit wins the draw. Right in front. A shot from the slot by Maltby. Lalime covers up for the whistle. The action's about to start. And the faceoff is won by Draper. In front. Lalime made the save. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Rubbed off the puck by Chelios. Passed ahead. Over the line. Cranked him.
They felt that hit in the rafters.
In over the line. Shove. Legacy freezes the puck. Now, just because he hasn't been a head coach before doesn't mean this guy hasn't been around the game for a long, long time.
No, Jim, Mike Kitchen spent 9 seasons as part of the Toronto Maple Leafs coaching staff before he joined the Blues as an assistant coach in 1998.
Legacy hangs on for the whistle.
Jim, there's been a lot of extra activity after the whistle, and you can see the refs are trying to get control and break things up.
The players are lining up at the face-off circle. Red Wings win the face-off. Shove. Passed across. Into the attacking zone. Bumped by Havanov.
That was a monster of a hit.
Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Shove. In front. Pass back. Pad save. Legacy covers up.
You better keep your head up or you're going to be knocked on your rear end.
About to drop the puck. Detroit wins the draw. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets shoved by Pronger. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Shoved. Out of their defensive end. Detroit is 0 for 1 with the man advantage as the penalty expires. Stone cold by Lalime. Over the line. 18,000 referees in the stands call a penalty. The two that count will. Great score! Right through traffic.
This is what's so great about the wrist shot. It's not as fast as a slap shot, but it's quicker to get off and way more accurate.
And the Blues get the draw. Hard wrist shot by Waite. Legacy denies him behind the net. Brings it up. In over the line. A shot from the slot by Whitney. Lalime. Blocker save. Over the blue line. In front. Legacy slams the door shut. Cranked him. That was a big hit. Into the attacking zone. Kachuk gets pushed just wide of the net. Long pass. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Whitney in the corner. Right in front. Saved by Lalime. Brings it out. Over the blue line. With a wrist shot. Legacy with a great save. They're getting ready for the face-off. Red Wings win the face-off. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets laid out by Jackman. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Hit. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Moved over. Short pass. Across. Fires it hard. Turned aside by Lalime. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Mellenby. In over the line. He gets leveled by Savage. Moved up out of their defensive end. Over the line. Flattened. That's going to leave a mark. A lateral pass. Over the blue line. Advances the puck. Into the attacking zone. Shanahan hits him. Lined him up and knocked him down. In over the line. He gets roughed up by Sillinger. Moved over. He spun him right into the ice. Brings it out. Over the line. Savage gets shoved. Maltby. Over the blue line. A shot from the slot by Draper. Goaltender stopped that. St. Louis Blues are on a line change. Knocked down. Now that's a big hit. And out they come with a puck. Into the attacking zone. Mowed down. You could feel that one up in the booth. In over the line. Cranked him. Terrific physical play. In front. Legacy made the huge save. It didn't take this guy too many tries to put one in the back of the net.
Well, if you want to be valuable to your team's offense, you've got to focus on getting your shot off quickly and as often as you can.
Face-off won by Yzerman. Muscled off the puck. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Leveled.
A textbook body check, Jim.
Brings it out. Over the blue line.
Hit. Finish that one with a bang.
Schneider brings it out. In over the line. Pass back. One-timer. Lalime made the leg save. Kachuk into the attacking zone. Knocked over.
A punishing hit.
Over the line. He gets bowled over by Weinrich.
Ran him down.
Out of their defensive end. St. Louis puts its checking line out. Over the blue line. Shove. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets rocked by Woolley. Brings it out. Over the line. Rubbed off the puck. Whitney working along the perimeter. Into the attacking zone. Zetterberg pushes him. Over the blue line. Jackman drops him.
He slammed him big time.
In over the line. Hard wrist shot by Danton. Over the line. Taken out.
Thundering hit.
Yzerman. Into the attacking zone. Right in front. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Saved by Legacy. Brings it out. Over the line. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Checked.
That's some heavy action.
Brings it out. Over the blue line. Into the attacking zone. Knocked down.
That was rock solid.
Over the line. Dandino gets checked. A lateral pass. In over the line. And time winds down as the first period comes to an end with the score 1-0.
Fastest skater and the breakaway competition.
A tightly played first period. Both teams showing a lot of spirit as we get ready for period number 2. The ref is signaling for the faceoff. Detroit wins the draw. Yzerman went short. Shove. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Wrist shot by Boganecki. Legacy freezes the puck. St. Louis is making the most of their chances tonight.
Well, they haven't put that many pucks on goal, but they've still managed to take the lead.
That's just good execution.
Or pure luck.
They're getting ready for the faceoff. The faceoff goes to the Red Wings. Moved ahead by Yzerman. Into the attacking zone. He gets hit by Pronger. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Hit.
That's what we came to see.
Brings it out. In over the line. Shoved.
Now that one was worth watching.
Over the blue line. He gets rocked up by Lidstrom.
No mercy on that play.
Into the attacking zone. In front. Out of their defensive end. Passed over. Right in front. Knocked down.
That was intimidation.
Brings it out. Over the blue line. Wait, knocks him off the puck. Mellenby grabbed it. Into the attacking zone. Hip check. Brings it out. Over the line. Shove. Out of their defensive end. St. Louis puts its checking line out. Thrashed.
That was huge.
Brings it out. In over the line. He gets run over by Waite.
Sends him packing.
Brings it out. Over the blue line. Pass to the slot. In front. Legacy makes the save. Over center ice. Over the line. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Draper brings it out. Over the blue line. Right in front. Backhand. Laline covers up for the whistle. Sometimes a coach likes to change the game and influence his bench with a little argument with the referee. You can see right here the reason for this argument. We're ready for the face-off. Yzerman wins the face-off. He gets checked by Waite.
He took him down.
Over the line. Rocked.
What a hit.
Shanahan out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Big hit.
Bumped them that time.
Brings it out. In over the line. He gets worked over by Dandino. In front. Saved by Legacy. Over center. Over the blue line. Leveled. Moved ahead. Into the attacking zone. Wrist shot by Boganecki. Shove. Center. Rips one. The door is shut by Legacy. Over the line. He gets taken out by McInnes.
Now that's how you body check someone.
Brings it out. In over the line. Big hit. Passed over. Brings it out. Up through center. Into the attacking zone. Knocked over. Scramble in front. Round the back. Laline freezes the puck. St. Louis will make you pay for taking penalties.
Well, they've got great shooters on the blue line, and they look to set up the one-timer on the power play.
You just have to stay out of the box. Iserman won the draw. Flattened.
He's seeing double now.
Over the line. Sent flying. A lateral pass. Over the blue line. Laline made the save. Brings it out. In over the line. Wrist shot by Millenby. Turned aside by Legacy. Right in front. Big save. Played over. Kachuk gets rocked.
He just got run over.
Checked. It's played across by Hull. In front. Over the line. He gets rocked by Hatcher. Moved over. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets hit by McInnes.
He leveled him.
Over the blue line. Shove. Leveled. Across. It's moved across by Whitney. In over the line. It's moved over by Savage. He dumps it in on the end boards. It's played up by Hatcher. Over the line. He gets hit by Boganecki.
He caught him napping with that hit.
Into the attacking zone. Hit. Moved ahead. Over the blue line. A shot from the slot by Iserman. Laline covers up. Dave Lewis has had some big shoes to fill in Detroit.
Well, Jim, it takes a lot to follow in the footsteps of the winningest coach in NHL history. But Lewis has held his own. He led the Wings to the President's Trophy in 2003-2004 campaign.
He gets roughed up by Chelios. Shot quickly by Waite. Legacy covers up for the whistle. Now, you talk about great defensemen in this league, and this guy really makes it all happen at the back end.
Jim, he's like a catalyst out there, consistently feeding forwards with breakout passes. And hey, I say he wouldn't hesitate to jump up in the rush.
Iserman wins the faceoff out of their defensive end. In over the line. Flattened. Brings it out. Over the line. A lateral pass. Puck intercepted by Chelios. Into the attacking zone. Mellenby checks him.
Knocked him right off the play.
Kachuk brings it out. Over the blue line. Knocked over.
That'll keep them on their heels.
Out of their defensive end. Detroit Red Wings make a full change. Iserman. Big hit.
That one took him right out of the play.
In over the line. Whitney now with the puck. Over the line. He gets pushed by Waite. Quick pass up. Brings it out. Hatcher pushes him. Whitney shoots the puck. Saved by Laline. Goaltender stopped that. Zetterberg. Hard shot. Blocked by Jackman. Played across. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Played over. Brings it out. In over the line. Boganecki fires. Misses. Rocked. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Hip checked. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Sillinger shoots. Legacy made the save. Hull brings it out. Over the line. Checked.
That came harder than expected.
Brings it out. In over the line. Hard one-time shot by Boganecki. The Blues had better send a doctor to the dressing room.
Yeah, their man's definitely going to need some medical attention.
And that's the end of the second period. 1-0 as we head to the break.
Your play hockey with your childhood heroes during the fun-filled week is sure to be a highlight of your life. Call our front office for more details.
We'll see who has more gas left in the tank as these two teams get set for the start of the third period. The puck is about to be dropped. And the faceoff is won by Yzerman. Over the blue line. Schneider, cannonading drive. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets checked by Yzerman.
Great body work so far.
With a one-timer. Passed over. Brings it out. In over the line. Taken out. Over the blue line. He gets hit by Schneider. It's coughed up by Waite. Yzerman moves it ahead. Into the attacking zone. Longer levels him.
He dropped the hammer on him.
Out of their defensive end. Hatcher shoves him. Kachuk hit.
That'll keep them on their heels.
Brings it out. Over the line. Round the back. Lalim turns him away. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. It's passed across by Waite. Leg save. McInnes shoots it hard. Legacy gets a leg on it. In over the line. Bumped off the puck. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Thrashed. Played up. Brings it out. Over the line. Moved across. Into the attacking zone. Laline reached out for the puck. Brings it out. In over the line. In front. He scores! And it's 2-0. Wow, what a wrister he uncorked on that goal.
That was an absolute laser beam that found the back of the net.
Yzerman won the draw. Knocked him off the puck. Shoved. Right in front. Laline shut the door. He hangs on.
Jim, this guy loves to pick goalies apart.
He's a true marksman.
Hey, you put him in the slot with a puck and he scores 9 out of 10. Doesn't matter who's in goal.
Face-off won by Yzerman. Thrashed.
He's not getting by that time.
Nice move there by Kachuk. Shoots the puck. Legacy made the save. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Pushed off the puck. Hull grabs it. In front. Big save by Laline. Brings it out. In over the line. Passed up to the neutral zone. Offside. The players are lined up and ready for the faceoff. The faceoff goes to the Red Wings. Over the line. He gets bowled over by Weinrich. Passed over. Brings it out. Sent flying. Cranked him. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Over. Brings it out. In over the line. Danton controls the puck. Over the line. Sent flying. Rycroft brings it out. Into the attacking zone. It's given away by Weinrich. A lateral pass. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Whitney with a wrist shot. Saved by Lalim. Brings it out. Over the line. Quick pass up. In over the line. Stick save. Brings it out. Mellenby corrals the puck. Wait, grabbed it. In front. Quick shot from the slot. Legacy covers up. What really impresses me about this guy is how quick he gets across the crease.
Well, he likes to stand tall in there, and that makes it easy to get post to post.
Detroit wins the draw. Played over, out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Pass back. Right in front. Huge save. Lalim covers up for the whistle.
Now, this guy scored a goal tonight, and so far he's been key in helping his team press the attack.
That's so true, Craig, and it always gives a player a real morale boost when he's on the score sheet. The ref is ready to drop the puck. And the faceoff is won by Yzerman. Over, laid out.
He felt that one right down to his skates.
Over the line. Wait, shoots the puck. Yzerman grabbed it. Over the blue line. Flattened. Lalim gives one up to his own team. Boy, that's rough. Yzerman wins the faceoff, muscled off the puck at center. Played over, in over the line. Checked. Brings it out, over center ice. Into the attacking zone, shoved. Moved up. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. McInnes now with the puck. Mellenby gets roughed up.
He got rocked right there.
Over the line. Behind the net. Mayers now has the puck. He dumps it in on the end boards. He gets taken out by Chelios.
He delivered a message with that one.
In over the line. Run over. Into the attacking zone. He gets checked.
He really took it to him.
In front. Legacy gets the blocker on it. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Shoots it. Lalim denies him. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets roughed up by Danton.
A solid check.
Passed across by Chelios. Quick puck movement. He gets run over by Draper. Knocked over. Into the attacking zone. Mellenby out-muscles him. Nice steal by Woolley. Quick pass up. Played over, brings it out. In over the line. Mowed down. Over the blue line. Right in front. Lalim reached out for the puck. So much of this game is about confidence.
Well, that's just it. Once a guy's found the scoreboard, he's always hungry for more.
Defenders should be keeping tabs on this guy. The action's about to start. Faceoff's won by Detroit. Hard wrist shot by Dandino. Lalim made the save. Hit. Over the line. He gets hit by Pronger.
Shook him up and took him down.
Into the attacking zone. Moved ahead by Dandino. In over the line. Legacy heads to the bench.
They're down by one, but they think they can get it back.
Players are lining up at the face-off circle. Yzerman won the face-off. A shot from the slot by Hatcher. In front. Rips it. Over the blue line. Kachuk scores the empty netter. Nothing risked, nothing gained, I guess.
Well, they had to take a chance by pulling the goalie late. That empty netter sealed the deal in this one.
Detroit has less than a minute to score 2 goals.
Now, you never want to write a team off, Jim, but this is going to be a tough one to pull off.
Passed up to the neutral zone. Level. Brings it out. Over the line. Pass to the point. Gets the shot off. Saved by Lalim. Moved over. Into the attacking zone. He gets laid out by Hoodler. In over the line. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Knocked down. Brings it out. It's all over now. Detroit loses this game and sees its postseason come to an end. From the Savas Center in St. Louis, Missouri, this is Jim Houston with Craig Simpson.
From all the team here at EA Sports, we'll see you next time.
Hey.